Let's network around this motherfucker. Get work, get hurt.
What up? It's your boy 6'3" black man. I'm not here with a real accent. Just kind of got a rant. Me and a buddy of mine was having a conversation, and he hates Eminem, hates him with a passion. And he called him a culture vulture. So what I did, I decided, hey, let's look it up. Let's look in the Urban Dictionary and see what it says a culture vulture is. Okay, top definition of a culture vulture. A person or an organization making a profit using unhonorable practices from a culture they do not care for. Okay, for any of my hip hop heads out there, can you look yourself in the mirror and say that Eminem don't care about hip hop? The guy who rocks the t-shirts with all the old school rappers' faces, the guy who shouts out all the old school rappers, the guy who hates new rap culture, the guy who perfected his craft based on old school rap legends, the guy who is signed by a hip hop legend and states over and over he owes the man his life. Don't sound like a culture vulture to me. Let's be honest. A lot of up and comers are culture vultures. A lot of old schoolers were culture vultures because they took from the culture and they didn't give back, and they really didn't care for it, because if they did, they would give back. They would pay homage. They don't do it. So let's tackle this other thing. The black girls are bitches, black girls are dumb. The shit Eminem said when he was 16, 15, 30 years ago. Find me somebody who didn't say some stupid shit when they were kids, even as adults. Find me somebody. We all do it. We probably said some stupid shit today. You know what I mean? This dude has shown, since then, he's shown himself to be an ally. He's shown himself to be a major part of our culture, our hip hop culture. He's part of the culture, whether you like it or not. Because, okay, he's a white dude, right? So he's a guest in the house of hip hop. He said he was, after Lord Jamar said it, but here's my thing. He grew up poor in the slums, grew up on hip hop, been rapping since he was, 12 years old? Been in the hood, been going through struggles. And here's my thing. Anybody who's from the hood, we had it hard. But imagine a white dude in a predominantly black area. Imagine how hard he had it. Imagine the extra mile we can relate. Because what we deal with in the world is what he dealt with in his neighborhood. We can relate. A lot of us don't want to, but we can. You know what I mean? And as far as disrespecting black women, which one of us haven't? Which one of us hasn't called a black woman a bitch or a slut or a thought or a whole Tatiana, a jump off? You know what I mean? Which one of us haven't went online and watched a black woman twerking, disrespecting herself, at the same time that we're disrespecting them. Which ones? Raise your hands. Raise your hands. Because he's a white dude, that makes it less okay. You know what I mean? Because he's not black, it makes it less okay. Don't give me because he's not black and we have the right to do that. No, this ain't the N word. This ain't nigga. This is calling a woman a bitch. Okay, if a woman says that girl over there is a bitch, by the terminology that a lot of us use, it's okay. Because, right, it's okay for black people to say nigga, but not for white people. So it should be okay for women to call women bitches, but not for men, right? So when Benzino brings up how Eminem disrespected our sisters, pull up some of his old music. Pull up some of his new music and see if he don't disrespect a black woman. There's no room to talk. None. None at all. So this culture vulture shit, we need to realize what it is before we start labeling people it. We need to stop projecting hate onto someone simply because of their skin tone. It was done to our ancestors. And we've been fighting to get up out of it ever since our ancestors were brought here, even before. So, is it right for us to project it onto someone else because they're different than us? I'm not saying that we can fight hate with love and hugs and marching and all. I don't have the answer, but I know what's not the answer. See, that's the thing. I don't have to know the solution to know what's not the solution. You know what I mean? It's like, name me a black rapper who spoke out against Trump on the level that Eminem did. And I'm not a stan. I didn't even like the Trump thing, but I liked the idea of it. I don't like the freestyle, but I like the idea of it. I like the fact that he took a stand that a lot of black people didn't take until after he took it. You know what I mean? So, we pointing fingers. We pointing fingers. But what about us? We can't forget what we do. I hate to see that. I hate to see somebody looked down upon because of their race, no matter what race they are. Because it don't make it better if you're black doing it to a white guy than it does if you're white doing it to a black guy. Real shit. You know what I mean? Real shit. We just need to say, fuck these motherfuckers. You see, I like dude said that I was talking to my homeboy. He was talking about Royce too, how Royce chose the white boy over whatever with the Benzino thing. Here's the thing. Are all black people right all the time? We can't be, because all black people don't feel the same way about everything. So one black person might think left, one think right. So who would be right? The one who's not wrong. Okay, now, if, and I say this, and I mean this, and this is gonna sound crazy to you. Me and my brother could have a disagreement and we could hate each other for a while. But if you fuck with him, you fuck with me. Because no matter how I feel about him at that moment, that's still my brother. You know what I mean? So I say that to say, I don't agree with Snoop, I don't agree with Lord Jamar, I don't agree with none of that shit, but if I see a white dude's trying to jump him, I'm not gonna let that go down. Now, They may have to deal with me after we win the fight because they were wrong and they put me in that situation. But I just hate what I'm seeing. I hate it because you got people like Post Malone running around here doing whatever the fuck he wants to. But he's not getting all that hate. You got Riff Raff running around this motherfucker. He's not getting that hate. You know what I mean? It's crazy that you take somebody who's so skilled at what they do, and that's the one you choose to hate. Somebody who has showed you that they stand with you, and that's who you choose to hate. He's tucking his platform, like he said, has cut his fan base basically in half, taking a stance for something he didn't have to do. And that's who you point back and say, oh, he said this when he was 15. You stupid motherfucker, what did you say when you was 15? You know what I mean? A lot of y'all say, ain't gonna never eat no pussy when you was 15. Eat a motherfucker alive now. We say stupid shit. We say shit. We do shit. We do it in anger. He was wrong. Yeah, he apologized. And since then, he's been paying homage to the culture. He's been showing that he stands with us. But we push him away. I don't. I appreciate it. He's great at what he does. Period. But I've been talking too long. It's been almost 12 minutes now. I gotta get us out of here. But I do say this, my slogan, before I say it, you know what to do. You know what to do. But my slogan is, let's grow as men. Peace, I'm out. But not really. I just want to end this by saying, let's stop the stupid shit, man. Black ain't always right, you know what I mean? I love my brothers and sisters, but sometimes we need to be G-checked, and that's real. Now, I'm out. Peace. Fuck with your boy. Let's grow.
Let's network around this motherfucker. Get work, get hurt, trying to flex, get your skirt pulled up. No shit, get your block blowed up. Beneficial since the Cold War. When Russia had missiles, he suckers in my rear view. Foot down, no floor, windshield clear view. Moving forward in the foreign, yeah, I hear you.